Hey Scorpio, we are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. Okay, I'm seeing something socially going on. There could be an event, or it can be something happening with like friends, or again something socially for you. All right, we're starting off with the Page of Wands. I'm seeing that there's something here that you're doing. Having you come out in this energy of the Queen of Swords, it seems like you're actually protective over this. This can be like a new project of yours, something like that, or just a new path that you're walking down, something that you're working on currently. It feels like it's just like your thing that you have going on. Having the Queen of Swords coming out is like you feeling maybe even there's a need to protect what this is that you have going on, maybe mentally, but you could be setting boundaries with someone. I'm seeing also that there's the Three of Swords here, so you may feel it's very important for you to protect yourself. I don't know if you just don't want somebody to come and like bring a type of energy into, let's just call this a project. It can be like a relationship. It can be a path that you're recently walking down, something that you have going on. Like this is something that you have started now at this point. Like this is a real thing now. Having you be here, like especially in front of this energy, it's kind of like whatever would be coming towards you. I'm seeing you be very protective over this that you have going on here. And to have the Three of Swords, I wonder if like somebody's trying to bring something to you and you're like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't want this to touch that. Like maybe you don't want something to like taint what it is that you have going on here, like bleed into it. You would also be doing this to not be affected by this either. But you could feel at this point like it's like the pressure for something to come in is getting really high. Like I'm seeing it be like this. You have something that you're working on in a room, okay? And I'm seeing you holding the door shut so nothing else can come in because you're like, I'm trying to work on this thing. I'm focusing on this thing. Like, this is your new thing that you've been doing, okay? And so it's like when you, just when you have like an art piece that you're working on, okay? And you're like, I don't want any outside influences like on this. I just want to work with what I have already. I don't want anything else coming in the room right now. But to have the Three of Swords and to have the Ten of Wands here, it's like this thing that wants to come into the room. It's just getting like there's more and more force and you're just trying to hold this up. It seems like this is also like an intuitive practice of yours. Like there's something even, I'm seeing your heart and soul go into this. To have, I'm hearing Lakers, to have the High Priestess and to have this Page of Swords, or not the Page of Swords, it's the Page of Wands. To have the Page of Wands and the High Priestess, this is something that you're working on that you may be keeping to yourself. Like this may be a secret project of yours that you're working on. It's just something that you have going on that's very private, and I'm seeing you like do not want anybody to know about this that you don't want to know about this. It's like keeping it on a need to know basis, and I'm seeing you like really not want anything to yeah, to bleed into this thing that you have going on. I'm seeing you even perceiving something about the future. It feels like a knowing. Almost like you could have seen something happening before it happened, and so you took like precautionary measures. Yeah, something could have been going on that even like faintly reminded you of something else that you'd been through, and you saw this and you were like, I'm not trying to bring that into this thing that I have going on here. Okay, this is where the Three of Cups comes in. So I was seeing the Three of Cups in the pre-shuffle. This can have to do with like an event. It can have to do, let's say, like a party, or it can have to do with a friend group or a particular friend of yours, or just somebody that you socialize, something like that. Let's say it like this. You have this art piece, okay, we're going to stick with this, that you've been working on in this room, and you don't want anybody to come in because you feel like there won't be support for what you have. Well, you don't want this person or this particular group of people coming through to see what you have going on because you don't feel like they're going to be supportive. This may be reminiscent of something that happened in the past where you had something going on. Because I'm seeing this Page of Wands be something that feels like very precious to you. And so it's something that you want to protect because it seems so like raw and genuine. And there could have been something that you gained insight into where I'm seeing like the Three of Swords be between you and the Three of Cups. So this can be somebody that you feel like they might see what you have going on and like criticize it or like not understand it. There's something where you could almost feel that something would happen that would like rub you the wrong way if you were to just like leave this open and not have the door shut. You could be having like some growing pains too as well, because you're like, we used to all hang out and we used to really understand each other, and now there can feel like a mismatch of energy. Like your frequency may be changing, their frequencies could be changing, and something like isn't really working anymore. But that doesn't mean it's easy, you know? You may feel like you're beginning to like lose some of your friends, meaning you guys are in different places now, resonating in different frequencies, and something that you're working on that like really means a lot to you, or like something that you're doing right now that's very, very special to you, that feels very like connected to your soul and your intuition and just your interests as well. Like for some of you, this is your spiritual side that you're integrating into something that you're currently working on or participating in. And I'm seeing you be protective because maybe you feel like your friend group doesn't understand that sort of thing, or that your family members are gonna look at this sideways, something like that, where like Three of Swords is all the different ways that somebody could hurt you, you know, like just the ways that we could be hurt, and feeling that like reinforced separation, feeling criticism, feeling misunderstood. It's like a lack of unity that one would feel. So it can be sort of like a friend group or a friend or like something socially that you're holding on to that at this point is like creating pain, and that's creating pressure, and I'm seeing it begin to just feel a bit stressful now. Maybe to be doing both of these things at the same time because they're in different frequencies. I am seeing an opportunity come up, but you already have the 10 of Wands. So this is kind of like you're already feeling like there's so much that you're trying to handle here. So then to add like an additional thing on here, you may have to drop all of this in order to take hold of that. I am seeing too that even though right now you may feel like things are going on within the areas where you like to socialize, things may be going on that it doesn't feel so much like a safe space anymore. That's basically like the gist of this. But what I'm seeing is that if you stick with this thing that you have going on here that you're like genuinely interested in pursuing or participating in or just like doing right now, I'm seeing that it's definitely like your higher self has connected you with this and is like, this is the path for you, definitely right now. It may be creating some tension socially for you. But what I'm seeing is that you're going to have new opportunities with new people that are going to resonate with this thing that you have going on. So as much as that doesn't change the fact that there may be some people that you're outgrowing at this point and that you guys like aren't really resonating with each other anymore, even though if new people come in, it's not like you just replace other people, you know, because nobody is replaceable. But what I'm seeing is that I'm like seeing the light that's back here shining. What I'm getting is that you may have some stuff going on that doesn't feel safe socially for you, but you are going to like fall into a friend group where you are going to feel that, where you do feel safe and where you do feel like what you have going on right now is understood. Like, so I'm seeing an option for you in the future where I'm seeing your higher self as like this like other group of people or these like new friends that you're going to be making. They're really going to resonate with you and what you have going on like currently right now. So yeah, I get this vibe of you feeling like a black sheep maybe within your friend group or something like that where it just there's stuff that's like not working for you anymore. And I'm not seeing this be an easy process. Like if you didn't have to feel this way, I'm seeing you'd be like, I wish that like I didn't have to go through this, or that things could feel how they used to, or that I felt like this was somewhere where I could be and be understood. But I just get that they're like different priorities now at this point. And now that you're doing something that like you really care about and is really meaningful to you, to not be able to share that with the people that you call friends, like it may be having you realize something important here, that maybe there's a misalignment, but that doesn't make it easy because this means that we have to come to terms with like what's going on, and it can be hard to accept that because humans are creatures of habit and we like to hold on to things even when it's not working anymore because that's what we're familiar with and that's what we're sentimental about, and psychologically it can be hard to, you know, break away from the things that we know, all of that. But what I'm getting is that like right now this like group or this friend is just going to continue stressing you out further and further and further, and it does seem like there's going to be a breaking away in bits. I'm hearing that's happening, so maybe not something all at once, but something over time that's going to be happening. Something too that would have been like a bit of a clue for you is that you may be like turning more into yourself, whereas maybe you were like hanging out with them or with this person all the time, or like you wanted to see them more often, stuff like that. And now you feel protective over this thing that you have going on, almost like you don't want their energy to really like touch it. And that's telling you something, like it doesn't feel the same. Like again, it doesn't feel like that safe space for you anymore, and you feel like something like won't be fully grasped or understood. And I'm also seeing that like be a painful knowing as well that's happening too, because it's like wishing maybe that things could stay the same nonetheless. But it seems like something is like painful to try to force this together anymore, is the energy. This definitely feels like a shedding. Also, too, like for those of us that have a lot of Scorpio in our charts, what happens is that it feels like all throughout life we go through these situations where you get things, or you feel stable, or like you feel content, and then you have to give it up and like shed those things constantly. Again, like depending on where Scorpio is in your chart, how many placements you have, where Pluto is, what it's aspecting, all of that stuff. But for those of you with prominent Scorpio placements, you may find that this happens. It's like you find a friend group, like everybody's getting along, and then something's happening, and the shedding has to happen again. And it's like constantly surrendering throughout life to not get attached and to learn how to work with your attachments. Because it's about seeking what's deeper spiritually and beyond. So as much as it can be difficult, because it's like, where is my anchor? Where is my tether? Which can feel grounding, you know? It's about finding anchors and finding tethers that extend beyond just the 3D. Things that can't be touched by the 3D, can't be touched by rust, and so they'll never go away. And so it's like constantly encouraging you to find that deeper place within you where you can rest. But sometimes it's going to feel very like counterintuitive to your human nature, because we are incarnated in 3D. And so it's like, if I wasn't supposed to learn that, like, why am I in this physical place where I have to like give all these things up? But it's about seeing beyond the illusion. I'm seeing the moon here. Definitely something energetically, astrally connected for you. To summarize this and just leave it in the most simple way, I'm getting that you're meant to continue what it is that you have going on, even though you may feel it's creating tension. But what's actually creating tension for you is this like misaligned social thing. So that's what needs to be worked on. You don't need to change anything with this new thing that you have going on, or this like path that you're walking down that feels very connected, because I'm seeing that definitely be like on point for you and definitely in alignment for you. Okay. It's just this social thing that actually needs to be looked into, and where there are going to be changes that are happening. All right. Okay, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.